Look at this. Where do you live?
I'm stepping over the river.
Oh yeah, you are stepping over the river. Traffic is looking good right now. Also, even though we have a still image. Good morning, everyone. April Dupree here with fitness and nutrition expert Mackie Showstone. As you can hear, we are hearing the sounds of New Orleans and the metro area. We're at the Louisiana Children's Museum. Super interactive things that they have here. Y'all have to come and check it out. It is absolutely amazing, and we thank them for, of course, having us here. But we are going to talk about our workout and how we can make our mark on the community. Mackie is going to talk about an amazing exercise that works on the hip, and it's also going to tighten the hamstrings a lot, guys. Looks simple, but it is very challenging, so I'm going to get him to explain more.
April, I got to get my mat out of the river. It's in the river.
It is.
Well,
It's getting wet.
Well, good.
Let's move it.
Yeah, move it a little bit.
Perfect.
I got
Now you're on land.
got everything I do. All right. Now that we're on dry land, I think this is an exercise that can be part of a hamstring rehabilitation program. When you look at the hamstring, you have to realize where it attaches. Down behind the knee, but up into the gluteal hip area. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to show you, this is a light 7-ounce ball. You could use a ball, it has to be bigger than a baseball, like a big softball, something like that. And I'm going to put it behind my knee, and I'm going to do a contraction of the hamstring and a mobilization of the hip. Remember, stability, mobility. So the hamstring is going to be in a contraction, and the hip is going to mobilize. That's what happens to you in walking. That's what happens to you in sports. That's how you get injured. So we're going to work in that area safely with a contraction to try and help you strengthen both areas of the body.
Awesome. So as Mackie mentioned, you just need something that's a little bit bigger than a tennis ball. You don't want something that small, but you can find anything online or at your local grocery store or sporting goods store. But notice how Mackie is going to make sure that his shoulders are stable with his wrist. He's going to flex that right foot, put whatever that object is behind the knee, and then drive that heel up. Notice how he's not lifting the hips. His back is nice and flat. He's not arching or rounding his spine. And then he's going to go into that fire hydrant motion, lifting that right knee. Again, not lifting the hip because that's going to not make him as stable. And then going back to that reverse heel raise. So this looks very easy. It is super, super challenging, and just doing a few of them definitely makes a difference. And of course, you're probably going to make me do this.
Yes, and while April is getting set, she was in the river, by the way, soaking wet on her feet. I want to emphasize the fact that when you're doing the contraction, when you're done, remember, you might feel a spasm. If you do, just let go of the ball. In other words, you don't have to squeeze it where you get into a spasm. But you're asking the hamstring to contract while we're going through motions of the hip. And that's the secret, because that's how the hamstring gets in trouble. The only difference is, in this environment, we've got control. In the world of pro sports or sports, recreation, you lose control in the game. So very simple, avoid a spasm, do a few reps, get used to it, and then switch it off with the other leg.
Awesome. And again, it looks simple. It is not. My hamstring is definitely way tighter on the right side than the left. How many of these would you suggest doing?
Well, I would let you work up to what you feel comfortable with, switch it off to the other leg and go back. April, you know what I'm going to do? I've always wanted to run in the river.
Oh my goodness. You're such a child. So now you're getting all wet. Good thing that the Louisiana Children's Museum has so many interactive things for us, guys. I'm going to go ahead and ring Mackie in. But please join us again for our next Workout Wednesday. And we want to thank the Louisiana Children's Museum for having us. We'll see you next week. Bye.